Welcome back everyone to week 2 of Inktober. But this week I'm making Inktober even worse by not just adding a time limit, but by going straight to inking. So let's get started with this week's prompts. So this is what we did last week, everybody, but this time I'm not going to be starting with a sketch, so don't expect it to look half as nice as this is, because that's not what we're getting. We're going to start off with our first prompt, Chimera, and I was thinking that we could do Fallon from Dungeon Meshi, because she's literally too pretty. Okay, maybe I'll start with a different prompt, because I really don't want to screw this up. We're going to do the Evil Queen, because I see the next prompt is Reflection. Originally, for Reflection, I was going to do Mulan, but I think everyone was going to do Mulan, and I even saw that, like, Emirichu did Mulan, so I'm not quite sure how I would... Oh, I should have left eyeshadow for later! Oh, wait, you know what I need? I need my handy-dandy white gel pen, though. Maybe I'll give myself a break at the end and reward myself with Chimera Fallon, because I can already tell that I'm gonna be so frustrated with this challenge I've given myself. Because for some reason I decided, yeah, week 2, let's make it even freaking harder! So y'all are never gonna believe what just happened to me. My video just randomly cut out. I'm just happy I caught it now, and not later, because I think I would've been so mad if I finished an entire spread for week 2 and I didn't get it on recording. I would be so sad and I would cry. But this is the finished piece of the Evil Queen. I don't think I did a horrible job. I will not lie to you though, it was frustrating to do the mirror afterwards, and maybe I should have drawn the mirror first and then draw the Evil Queen, because my original concept was going to be the Evil Queen around the mirror, but that's not what we ended up doing, so it's fine. You know what? Whatever. Next up we're doing is Magical Girl, and I've decided to do the ultimate icon for magical girls around the world, and that is Usagi. Though personally I'm not a Sailor Moon fan, I will not lie to you people. I have never really truly liked Sailor Moon all that much. I do understand the hype around the idea of, like, oh my god, sparkly, cute, fashionista outfits. Oh my god. What is that hand? Oh my god, it's so hard to draw hands without sketching them out first, because I'm usually, like, just so, like, free-flowing with it because I have a pencil. Oh my god, this is just making me realize how much I need a pencil in my everyday artist life. Holy. It's not fantastic, but it's not horrendous either, I guess. You know what? Everything's okay as long as I have my white pen. I can survive this challenge as long as I have my white pen. See, if I decided to restrict myself from using my whiteout pen, this would be a whole other story. That was not meant to happen. Who needs the undo button when you have white gel pen? Every time I go watching those Inktober videos from Spilled Ink, I see that Emirichu has a hard time with the dip pen, and honestly, feel you on that, even though I've never tried a dip pen. But also every time she ends up having issues with it, I just go white gel pen in my head. I think white gel pen. Get a white gel pen. You need it, girl. Usagi's got some pretty cute accessories. Or Sailor Moon, I should say. Whatever, I'm gonna call her Usagi. I don't care. She's got some really cute accessories. I would steal from her jewelry box. Or I guess from her magical pet that gives her the jewelry that would supposedly be in her jewelry box. Okay, I think I'm messing up her sailor collar quite a bit. I want to fix that. Bringing out the big guns now, guys. Bringing out that whiteout tape. Okay, although I agree with most of Sailor Moon's fashion choices, I don't understand these weird little roll things that she has on her shoulders and her gloves, as well as the rest of the Sailor Jupiter, or Sailor Planet girls. Oh, I like that. Oh, now I don't like that. I swear, every time I say I like something, fate just decides, oh, you like that? How about we make you mess up? That's pretty cute. I don't think that's a bad Usagi at all. But as we all know, Pearl is obsessed with her details, and I want to get the little details that are in her little pendant thing. I'm literally using 0.1 for this. I am actually a maniac artist. And all my friends know it too, because they ask me, Pearl, why are you drawing so small? And I go, that is a great question, other artist friend. I don't know why I'm decided to draw so small, but I've committed, and this is now something that is my job. Okay, our next prompt is a Meshi. You know what? I got a great idea for this one. For Meshi, I'm just gonna draw a small little chibi of myself being a mess, because your girl's living space is just a little bit nuts right now, and I say that as I look around my living space. I don't like that already. Solution: sticky notes. Whenever I get busy, I end up neglecting my space where I'm occupying. And that's really not a good thing, because when my living space is a mess, okay, I don't like this either. When my living space is a mess, I'm a mess. Like, mentally, I'm just not all there. Okay, what is that? I'm covering up a sticky note with another sticky note, folks. Can we, like, yeah, that works. I'll tape it down later. Oh boy, this is how you can tell that Pearl is not quite sure what she's decided to do for this doodle. Yeah, that's fun. To make this a little bit more fun, because I like scrapbooking my little fun ideas, we're gonna take this and we're gonna cut her, and we're gonna cut this out. I like to cut them out like in sticker format, sort of, kind of, and I think they're cuter that way, my little sticky note doodles, because I have a couple that I like to do, and they're fun for like giving your sketchbook kind of like a scrapbook feeling. I would recommend doing sticky note doodles for your traditional sketchbooks. They add a little character, they add a little color easily without having to worry about like actually coloring your drawings. Bam! Okay, wait, after messy, what's next? Oh, we have hydrangea, and actually I have a cute idea for this one. I have a hydrangea fairy I'd like to do. Or maybe, yeah, we'll get to start here. We'll keep it chibi, just to keep things a little bit simpler. So, some of my favorite rom-com, like, sort of like chick flick movies are, Devil Wears Prada, because I do love Anne Hathaway. Oh, speaking of which, I have not watched The Princess Diaries. I need to go see it, though. Or I need to find it on, like, I hope it's free on YouTube Movies, because that's been where I've watched most of my, rom-coms, as of late. Like, I just got finished watching, the other night, I just finished watching, what's a good one that I was watching? Oh, I was watching Legally Blonde 1, and I also watched Legally Blonde 2, which I got to laugh at, because I get a little bit too analytical when it comes to movies, and I was like, okay, so this, Legally Blonde 2 is just following the formula of the first movie, but worse. There's just kind of a sense of nostalgia about watching chick flicks really into the trends during the time. It's just quite fun. There's something fun about 2000s movies, and they're quite peak. And I think I even put it on my Meet the Artist thing from like back a couple years ago, is that like I really like 2000s movies. That era, something was special about movies in that era, and I'm not quite sure what it was. But movies really haven't compared since, in my opinion. Okay, as for her actual skirt, I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna go about it. But I'll do her little fairy wings for now. Oh, how did I make one so much bigger than the other? Okay, wow. Not sure how I managed to pull that off, but I did. I think I can just do a bunch of hydrangea flower details. I'm not quite sure how this is gonna turn out, but we're gonna try our best, so let's hope for it. Yeah, you know what, that's not too terrible. Oh, nope. I'm messing it up now. Oop. Okay, from now on, Pearl is no longer allowed to say that her drawings are not looking too terrible, because she ends up messing them up every time! Oh, also, I love to see that my controversial videos are getting lots and lots of engagement about tracing. It has 35,000 views right now. Thanks for that, everybody. And I do like to see the comments on those kinds of videos, to see the differing opinions, especially when it comes to like topics such as tracing and like originality, kind of, in the art community. I think it's so interesting because like most of these comments that are calling me like not a real artist, kind of, for saying that because I trace, kind of like in a study sense, not like as in a I trace and steal artwork without and claim it as my own kind of way. Like, I don't do that sort of thing, obviously, but a lot of these, like, people who are commenting, like, oh, so you're, like, not a real artist, are definitely not older than, like, 12. But if they are older than 12, I find that quite shocking. Like, you get to a point when you're an artist that you're not so concerned about originality anymore, because, honestly, no idea is original, and if it is, someone else probably has also had that idea. Like, I think it's just part of the artistic process to be naturally inspired by other things around you. Nothing's 100% original. You did not come up with that on your own. You have, like, a catalog in your brain of ideas that you've seen before that you're probably subconsciously referencing, and that's perfectly fine. That's part of creativity, my guy. Ethan Becker said it best: nobody's original. Thank you to whoever out there invented whiteout and white gel pens. Thank you. I applaud you and your genius. I do quite like this little ball gown idea. I was nervous about how this was going to come out, but I think, you know what, I did a pretty good job. Next up is Mushroom, and I'm going to draw a Mushroom Girl now because I am incredibly original. Isn't that funny that we were just talking about originality, and now I'm here doing possibly one of those overdone character concepts, which is basically just like, insert inanimate object here, but as an anime girl. Oh my god, I never would have thought of it. I don't really like the eyes I just drew for this girl, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna challenge ourselves and try and use as little whiteout as possible. I'm lying to myself. Everyone loves to do this mushroom girl like hat look, and I will not lie, I also love it because I'm basic. Maybe she could be like little pixie. Oh my gosh, wait, that's really a cute idea. Okay, instead of a mushroom girl, she's gonna have a mushroom hat, and she's gonna be a pixie. Like, I don't really know. What's the difference between, like, pixies and fairies? I think that pixies are just supposed to be, like, short little people. They don't have wings, and, like, fairies do, I think. I don't know. Hey, if anyone out there knows the difference between a fairy and a pixie, then feel free to leave it in the comments. While I'm talking about comments, I read your comments on the short that I made about me being frustrated with Hanako's hair. I'm so happy to see that I'm not the only person out there who's struggling with drawing that man's haircut. Like, I love it, don't get me wrong. I think his haircut is very cute. It's just that it's very difficult to draw, and it's making my life not easy. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with her dress, because yes, I am going to do dress. If I'm doing this challenge, I'm drawing it in a dress, okay? It's more fun. I don't want to do pants, okay? But I'm kind of thinking that she is going with a more cottagecore aesthetic because, I mean, mushrooms are so associated with, like, cottagecore, so I guess I'll try and do something sort of, like, ruffly and free-flowing. Oh, wait, this is actually... Oh, I like her. I like her quite a bit. Oh, maybe we could layer her. Yeah, because some of those mushrooms have, like, little... They grow in, like, bunches, so that could be, like, a cute little mushroom aspect of hers. Oh, I quite like her design. You know what? After Inktober, I might go back and then, like, draw actual, like, legitimate character art for some of these people that I'm making up on the spot, because I quite like all of them. I think they're all very cute. This is kind of an interesting challenge to do. I mean, it does force me to kind of, like, come up with something fun on the spot to draw, and it doesn't always work out, but it also kind of forces me to think on my feet when it comes to designing, I guess, and really flex my creative muscles. Okay, what's next? Oh, next up is yokai, and I was thinking I could do Ari for this one, so I'll draw Ari here. I have never ever played League of Legends, but I have watched Necrit, and I do like to keep up with, like, the lore. Even though I'm saying that, I have not watched Arcane. Whoopsies. I keep meaning to, but then I always keep forgetting. Maybe I will finally go watch it now, though, because I know Season 2 is coming out. And honestly, I'm always a sucker for, like, the Kitsune characters, and Ari is kind of like the League equivalent to a yokai, so it works. I guess I'm doing this whole thing with a brush pen because I'm just kind of, like, going at it now. I meant to just do it for the hair, but now I'm doing it everywhere. I would honestly love to do an Ari cosplay, or, like, cosplaying in general, actually, but it's just such an expensive, like, hobby. I really would not be able to afford it along with all my other hobbies. Like, I just dropped a decent chunk of change on beading material because I want to start doing, like, beads, fun little, like, bracelets. That's not a bad Ari at all, considering that I had absolutely no plan for how to tackle this one. That's quite a good Ari. I'm happy with that. And now that I've finished up my yokai drawing, I get to work on Fallon, our favorite girl from Dungeon Meshi. Hallelujah, I've never appreciated pencils more than I do right now. Wow. I do have quite a fun idea for her, and it involves her wings in her chimera form. So my idea here was to use the wings to kind of draw action like this, right, into her pose. I honestly don't have enough paper here to pull off the idea fully. Maybe I'll do a digital version of this one day. I kind of want to go watch the scene again where she was beating the hell out of everybody so I can get some ideas for an action pose, and I think that is what I will do. So, just excuse me, folks, while I go watch some anime casually. Okay, I think I want to have her doing magic-y things. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to execute this idea. Time for experimentation, folks. AKA drawing scribbles that make sense to nobody but me. Okay, what if the hand goes like that and then her arm like that? Maybe? kind of. I think I'm ready to tackle the line art, and I'm gonna go with her feathers first with the brush pen, just so I get that really fluffy look. When I was watching Dungeon Meshi though, and when Fallon ended up getting taken over by the dungeon master, the dark wizard, whatever his face is, I was so sad because even though we only knew Fallon for like 5 minutes, I already really liked her. I cannot believe how good of a job the author of Dungeon Meshi did at getting us to connect to a character who we didn't even see on screen. I feel like it's really hard to get me to even, like personally, for me to even like get attached to regular anime characters who everyone else will get attached to. Like, characters from, like, I don't really understand why everyone really likes characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. Maybe it's because I haven't read the manga, so no spoilers please, but I just don't understand why everyone thinks that they're like, oh my god, peak character personalities, because I feel like we really don't get to know them all that much. And you know, and then after season 2, spoilers, you probably aren't even spoiled because it's JJK, but when everyone starts freaking dying around you, everyone's like, oh my god, I'm so sad. But I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to like get attached to these characters, to be honest with you, so I kind of really don't care. Like, don't get me wrong, I was like upset that, you know, the good guys, quote, were winning, or who were losing, but I wasn't like crying over them or anything, because I just really wasn't attached. Unlike Tulip and Hanako-kun, I think the character writing in Tulip and Hanako-kun is fantastic. Oh wait, shoot, I didn't ink her eyes. Oh, that was close. I would have been really upset if I didn't do that. Oh, look at that hand. Look at her. Ain't that pretty? Alright, I don't think this came out perfectly the way I wanted to, mainly because I ended up having a lot of spacing issues, but I am actually quite happy with how this Fallon had turned out, relatively. I think later on, maybe in the future, I'll make a video where I go in and I actually draw her properly in what I was sort of thinking of, because I was thinking more of her, the top half of her would be more up and she would have more feathers going this way, but that's not really what I had happen. But it's not like I'm unhappy with this one. I'm very happy with this. Alright folks, I think that is the end for week 2 of Inktober, and I think my favorite one here today is, unfortunately, not Fallon. The top prize does not go to her. It's actually Ari, I think. Even though some parts of her are a bit odd looking, I'm really happy with how this ink sketch turned out. If you all enjoyed watching yours truly suffer today by forcing herself to do inking only and not do any sketches, why don't you like and subscribe, because that would make my artistic suffering worth it. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Bye!